So back out in the garage today with the car, just doing some more work in the interior now. Emptied all the interior out of the bits that I was storing inside and giving the floor plan a clean up. Again, no real major corrosion, just a very light sort of bit of surface rust really from where damp and water's been allowed to sit over a number of years. So that's all been cleaned off. All been rust treated with Hammerite rust proofing, and I'll just give it a little light dusting of zinc primer for the moment, just on some of the sort of bare areas, just to give it a bit of a coating, a little bit of protection before stuff goes back in. All the seat belt points again have been treated, and a little bit of primer put on them just before. I'm going to give it a little dusting of top coat, just to again for a bit of protection. It's not going to look you know, absolutely spot on, but obviously it's all covered up by the carpets anyway. So yeah, this is just being prepped. I'll give you another little update once I've got a bit of a top coat on there, and we'll go from there. Showing the floor pan of the car. It's just been, well, cleaned it all up, just gone through it all with a decent bit of cleaner. Got to get that spare wheel retaining bolt out, that's seized in there. I'll get that out in a minute. But it's all cleaned off, hoovered out, and just about to have a couple of the areas treated with rust treatment. But it's literally just some really light surface rust, so it's nothing terrible really. So I'm just going to give it a light dusting of primer and some ink blue over the top, just to give it a bit of a tidy up before I start laying all the wiring in. So both passenger side and driver side have had, so the light tidy up on the floor. Not a pristine job by any stretch of the imagination, just use some rattle cans just to give it a coat and give it a little bit of protection underneath the carpet. Both sides there, and same on the boot floor. It's just had a freshen up really, nothing more than that, just to give it a little bit more protection. Just as I say, before I start putting wiring in and brackets and the additional battery. So today the car's had a bit of a freshen up inside, cleaning floor pans, get a little coat of paint. I've also done the near side front wheel arch, had that up in the air. That's all been cleaned out, rust treated and coated, and I've also put new disc and pads on. Give the calipers and the carriers a quick freshen up. This is a couple of shots of the near side arch where the original wiring I found still there, having been chopped out, which has now been removed. I've not been as adventurous with doing the front subframe at the moment. That's probably going to be a job for another day. But yeah, so I've done that. Also started fitting the wiring trunking that leads from the engine bay down into the car, and I've also fitted the siren, the actual sounder for the siren as well, so that's in place now in the original holes where it would have had in service. So whilst the paint's drying inside the car, I've dragged out the carpet that was in the car. It's pretty manky. Just by looking at the state of the floor pan, it looks like something's been dropped or spilt in the back of the car, and it's reacted quite badly with the paint. It's not rusted it at all, or sort of eaten into it that badly, but yeah, it took all the paint off, so that's why I've gone for the cleaning off and retreating in the back of the car. So yeah, so the carpet's out of the car, no holes in it at all, which is pretty good. Bear in mind the life that it did have. As you can see, it's all pretty much intact. There's a couple of areas where it's obviously been, let's say, subject to some spillage or something that's gone on, dare I ask, being it's an ex-police car. Who knows what fluids might be lurking, shall we say, but that's probably for another video. I'm going to be using Autoglym products, interior shampoo and the high foam one. I've used both of these before, both really good products. So I'll be using those, giving it a good jet wash after and leaving it to dry whilst the weather's looking good. So yeah, busy morning ahead. Keep you posted. As you can see, this is the the position of the siren where they fit them on the ST220s. I've put the horn on there as well. They just sound better and more directed, if that makes sense, once you've got one of those on. So new disc and pads, and just started to run the trunking for the wiring from the engine bay down into the bottom of the car, or the inside of the car rather. Once that's all sort of laid out, it'll all be all the grommets will be put in properly and all be nicely sealed up. But yeah, it's starting to take shape, and yeah, get there nicely.